wondered if it would let me stay ahead of it, and that would sting a little. It took the edge off our little chasing games. But I didn't dwell on that. Instead, I made tracks toward the green city center, listening to the people beneath me call my name and cheer. They loved me. They loved us, our family. We treated them right, and they loved us. That was something I could be proud of. In a world of tyrants and monsters, we were a shining beacon of what was good and fair. A psychic tug pulled at the back of my mind. Mother. Damn. I took a hard right at the fountain, making such a sharp turn that I almost went right through it. I'd avoided a direct hit, but I'd also managed to soak my entire left side in the process. She's gonna kill me, I thought as I raced toward the castle again. I found her waiting on one of the central spire's balconies, her wings folded at her back, her arms crossed in front of her chest. She was beautiful, my mother. Her hair was as white as mine, her skin sun-kissed and always seeming to glow, her eyes as blue as the summer sky. To someone meeting her for the first time, she'd look downright delicate with those fair features of hers. They'd think her meek and defenseless. I knew, though, and so did everyone else in the kingdom, that she didn't need the 2 guards stationed on either side of her. She was a fierce warrior, a renowned sorceress, and easily the most intelligent person under the twin moons. If I grew up to be even half the woman she was, I would count myself lucky. By the look on her face, though, I could tell I probably wouldn't even come close to her level of awesome. She didn't get to where she was by goofing around. "You're late," she said, as soon as my feet touched the ground. "And you're soaked. What happened?" "Sorry," I said, patting down my wet side. "I got held up." A shadow passed overhead, darkening the sky above us. It was gone in an instant, and the sunlight returned. My mother frowned disapprovingly. "You understand, this is the most important period in your life?" she asked. I stared at my feet. "I do." "Then maybe next time you won't be late. You need to take this seriously." "I will, Mother, I promise." "Good." She angled my chin up with 2 fingers and smiled at me. "Did it catch you?" I shook my head. "No." "That's my girl. Come with me." The guards stepped aside as my mother headed toward the opening into the castle proper. They followed us as soon as we were through the threshold. Inside, there was only light. The walls were all made of glass to let the sunlight pour in. On the ceiling was a huge mural depicting a gorgeous sunrise over a shining dome and castle. The words, "With each new dawn, hope," were inscribed into a painted banner along the foot of the castle. "Have you been studying your recitations?" my mother asked. Yeah, sure," I lied. I'd skimmed over them, but there were pages and pages to memorize. "You're a terrible liar. Or maybe you're just really good at catching lies? Maybe a little of both. Are all those words really so necessary? One day you are going to understand that words have power. Real power. You're talking about magic, right?" My mother and I reached another balcony on the other side of the tower. Without preparing me for it, she took to the air, and I followed, as did the 2 guards, their cloaks flapping with the wind. "I am talking about magic, yes," my mother said, her voice effortlessly rising above the wind. "But I am also talking about people. The people will want to hear you speak. They will want to know you are intelligent and capable, a ruler they can trust." Ruler. Hearing the word made my skin tingle with excitement. Ruler. I was going to rule one day, and one day soon, because that's what happened to princesses. They grew up and became queens of their kingdoms. The first time I'd been introduced to the idea of being queen, I thought I'd have to get married off to some other prince before I could inherit my title. But no, that wasn't how things worked here. I was going to inherit the kingdom whether I was married or not, and that already was enough to make me feel powerful. Never mind that the title came with all the perks I had now, and a great deal more. It also came with responsibilities.